Hello, welcome to my review of the Holbein Acrylic Gouache set. Um, my name is Gabby. I'm an illustrator, painter, general enthusiast about making. Here I'm using my sketchbook, which I believe is a handbook multimedia sketchbook. Um, I'll put it on the screen now. And yeah, I went to Blick the other day and I decided to pick up these gouache paints. They're acrylic gouache instead of regular gouache. Um, I have used gouache pretty often in the past, but I've always kind of struggled with it. I didn't really like the consistency or the way it interacted like once it had dried. And I had these recommended to me as something I might like. So I went ahead and picked them up. I bit the bullet. I just got the primary mixing colors, so I'll put the names of the colors now, what I actually bought. But just like a red, yellow, and blue, and a white for mixing. I didn't want to like spend a ton of money on something that I wasn't sure I wasn't gonna love. But I really enjoyed using these, or at least swatching them. They're pretty thick, and I wasn't entirely sure how much water I was supposed to mix with them when I started. But I got the hang of it. I figured it out. And I kind of go in and do my solid swatch, and then I blend some water into it and try to see like how it interacts with the other paints. Eventually I go and I mix in some secondaries. I really loved the way the secondaries came out, but I'm ahead of myself. Yeah, but this is probably gonna be the first YouTube video that I upload ever, which I'm really excited about. I've always loved like watching art YouTube. There's a ton of like Emily Artful and there's so many I can't. Audre Claire was a huge inspiration for me, like as a younger person. So I just kind of wanted to have fun and like share a little bit of the work that I do. I'm currently like a freelance illustrator. I do a little bit of children's book illustration, some design, graphic design. I love hand lettering. So that's hopefully what I'm gonna get into on this channel. I really did enjoy reviewing these paints. So if you had any other materials that you were looking to buy or you wanted me to test out, like shoot a comment. I'd be happy to get into that. Yeah, so that's me. This is really, voiceovers are really awkward. I'm sitting in my room all by myself, talking to nobody, but maybe also talking to you. So welcome to my channel. This was really fun. A lot of the work I've been doing these days are digital, just because I feel like digital I have a lot more control over. I'm not entirely sure if that's actually like a truth. I think I just need to work more traditionally. I guess I used to do a lot more traditional painting, especially when I was like a teenager. But I sort of moved away from it in art school just because I could make a lot more work a lot faster in digital. So that was something that was really important to me. Oh, here you can see I'm trying to mix this purple. I don't think I've got the right blues and reds. I know purples are kind of hard to get to interact right. I do believe you're supposed to get like a cooler red and a certain type of blue to get these really nice purples, and I wasn't thinking about that when I was at the store. I kind of just panicked and got colors that were pretty, but I mixed it with white, and I actually really enjoyed this kind of like, not mauve, but like mauvey lavender color that I got out of it. My favorite is the green. I love the way the green mixed. I think it's really, really pretty. Yeah, so that's the swatches. They dried really nice and flat. One thing I've heard about acrylic gouache over regular is that when it dries, it won't be reactivated by putting water on, which is something that I'm probably actually really interested in, because I have a hard time reactivating gouache once it's settled. I never know when to quit. But here I am. I'm just going in with a really simple, painting of a pear. I thought that would be, something fun and easy shape, and I thought I could get like a lot of these primary colors and then some secondary mixes in there. So I figured I could show a lot of different techniques and color mixes in one painting. So this paper that I'm using, this is, you know, the handbook, sketchbook I was talking about earlier. I think in the like item description, it says that it accepts like 1 to 2 layers of gouache or watercolor paint. I'm a huge fan personally of just completely ignoring that and trying to like do a full-size painting on this paper. And then I have the nerve to act shocked about it, act shocked that my paper is curling and waving in strange ways. So I don't necessarily like recommend working this way, but for just a painting to try to, you know, get comfortable with the materials, you know, this is fine. This is not something I would be like making prints of. This is not my magnum opus, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of paint something simple. I really liked the oranges and the greens. The purple mixed fine, it's just not my favorite, but I wanted to play with those like orangey, greeny colors, so I figured I would just paint a little pair. I like to just kind of do like a simple painting when I'm going to review a product or try to get a feel for it. So that's what I went for. I usually just default to fruit. You know, I've done one too many fruit still lifes in my life, I guess. It's just natural. Yeah, so I really enjoyed these paints. They are very gouache-like because they are gouache, but I kind of felt like the layering was a little bit different in a way, and I enjoyed. I usually kind of work pretty graphically with gouache. I don't like blend it a lot. I like really solid fields of color, which I guess is probably why I also really like Posca pens quite a bit. So that's the painting with just the acrylic gouache on it. I also brought in some Posca pens. I had like gotten up and got lunch with my mom in between painting this, and I came back to it and I sort of just wanted to see how it interacted with Posca, because a thing to keep in mind with gouache is that your lights are always going to dry a little darker than you think they will, and your darks are always going to dry a little lighter than you think they will. So I was kind of using Posca paint in here just to sort of darken some darks, which is, I guess, not great to do in a like test of Holbein gouache, but I feel like I would definitely be using Posca pens alongside this paint in my general practice, so you know, that's just how I chose to do it. But I think they all layered really nicely. Like once it had dried, it dries super matte, the paint, and I really enjoy the like texture it gives. So I filmed a video already of me doing like a little character design where I paint traditionally like the colors I want, and then I go in and I do my line art digitally, and just like the texture of this paint is really cool for that purpose. So I really liked it. Yeah, but we're nearing the end of our video now, so thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I had a really fun time filming this. I can't wait to film more. I've got like tons of ideas, but if there's certain like things you want to see from me, or you have a really cool idea, or you just want to say hi, you know, leave me a comment. If you liked the video, a subscribe would be amazing. You can also find me on TikTok, Instagram. I like to keep up with my social medias, so you know, let's hang out, let's be friends, and let's make some art. Oh, and here I am going in on top with just some like white straight out of the tube gouache, and it had some really great staying power on the paper. I thought it looked really great with those like white highlights. I'd definitely use a different brush, but I just grabbed literally the one that was closest to me, that was small enough to do what I wanted. But yeah, maybe I should get a bit more organized. But that's the final painting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.